In the last episode, the Israelites faced the hardships of the wilderness. At Marah, bitter water was made sweet. In the desert of Sin, the people grumbled from hunger, and God sent manna from heaven and quail in the evening. At Rephidim, when there was no water, Moses struck a rock with his staff, and water poured out for the people to drink. Through every trial, God provided. But now a new kind of trial approaches. The Amalekites come and attack the Israelites at Rephidim. This is not a natural disaster. This is not thirst or hunger. This is war. Moses speaks to Joshua, a young man who will one day lead Israel. Choose some of our men and go out to fight the Amalekites. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the staff of God in my hands. Joshua does as Moses commands. He goes out to fight the Amalekites. Moses, Aaron, and Hur climb to the top of the hill. As long as Moses holds up his hands, the Israelites are winning. But whenever he lowers his hands, the Amalekites are winning. The battle rages below. The staff rises and falls, and the tide of war shifts with it. Moses' hands grow tired. Aaron and Hur take a stone and put it under him so he can sit on it. Then they stand on either side of him, holding up his hands, one on one side, one on the other. His hands remain steady until sunset. Joshua overcomes the Amalekite army with the sword. The Lord speaks to Moses. Write this on a scroll as something to be remembered, and make sure Joshua hears it. I will completely blot out the name of Amalek from under heaven. Moses builds an altar and calls it, "The Lord is my banner." He says, hands were lifted up against the throne of the Lord. The Lord will be at war against the Amalekites from generation to generation. The battle is won. But the war with Amalek will echo through Israel's history for centuries to come. Now the scene changes. Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, hears about everything God has done for Moses and for his people Israel, how the Lord has brought Israel out of Egypt. Jethro takes Zipporah, Moses' wife, and her 2 sons, Gershom and Eleazar. He brings them to Moses in the wilderness, where Israel is camped near the mountain of God. Word comes to Moses, your father-in-law Jethro is coming to you with your wife and her 2 sons. Moses goes out to meet Jethro. He bows down and kisses him. They greet each other and go into the tent. Moses tells Jethro everything the Lord has done to Pharaoh and the Egyptians for Israel's sake. He tells of all the hardships they have met along the way and how the Lord has saved them. Jethro is delighted to hear about all the good things the Lord has done for Israel in rescuing them from the hand of the Egyptians. He says, "Praise be to the Lord, who rescued you from the hand of the Egyptians and of Pharaoh, and who rescued the people from the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all other gods, for he did this to those who had treated Israel arrogantly." Jethro brings a burnt offering and sacrifices to God. Aaron and all the elders of Israel come to eat a meal with Moses' father-in-law in the presence of God. The next day, Moses takes his seat to serve as judge for the people. From morning until evening, the people stand around him. When Jethro sees all that Moses is doing for the people, he asks, "What is this you are doing for the people? Why do you alone sit as judge, while all these people stand around you from morning till evening?" Moses answers, "Because the people come to me to seek God's will. Whenever they have a dispute, it is brought to me, and I decide between the parties and inform them of God's decrees and instructions." Jethro shakes his head. "What you are doing is not good. You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out. The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone. Listen now to me, and I will give you some advice, and may God be with you. You must be the people's representative before God and bring their disputes to him. Teach them his decrees and instructions. Show them the way they are to live and how they are to behave. But select capable men from all the people, men who fear God, trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain. Appoint them as officials over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Have them serve as judges for the people at all times. They can bring the difficult cases to you, but the simple ones they can decide themselves. That will make your load lighter because they will share it with you. If you do this, and God so commands, you will be able to stand the strain, and all these people will go home satisfied. Moses listens to his father-in-law. He does everything Jethro says. He chooses capable men from all Israel and makes them leaders of the people, officials over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. They serve as judges for the people at all times. The difficult cases they bring to Moses, but the simple ones they decide themselves. Then Moses sends his father-in-law on his way, and Jethro returns to his own country. A battle won. A family reunited. A wise counsel received. Israel is learning that the journey requires more than miracles. It requires order, wisdom, and the willingness to share the burden. And ahead, rising out of the desert, stands a mountain wrapped in cloud. Something is about to happen there that will change everything. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Exodus series. If this story has encouraged you, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with others. In the next episode, the Israelites will arrive at Mount Sinai. Thunder will roll, lightning will flash, and God himself will descend in fire to give his people the 10 Commandments.